Jai Sri Ram. The question is, when Ravana came in contact with Lord Sri Ramachandra, why didn't he get purified and become a good person? Instead, he continued to be as he is and also got killed by the compassionate Rama. Compassion shouldn't be only shown to those whom we love, but should be shown to everyone and anyone. This is the question. Let's understand the answer. This question can be extended beyond Ravana to all other asuras and rakshasas that the Lord killed during his various avatara. Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupala, Dandavakra, and many more demons. Now, before we get to the detail of the question and to understand the deep philosophy on why the Lord kills the demon instead of purifying them, our humble request is first we must set aside that Ravana, Kumbhakarna are actually Jaya and Vijaya, who were cursed to be born. So, let's forget their previous lives for now and just consider them as they are. Otherwise, we will not understand and appreciate the inner reasonings of why the Lord killed these demons, why they did not get purified when they came in contact with the Lord. We have to address this question in two parts. Number one, why Rama killed Ravana instead of showing his compassion. Number two, why Ravana did not get purified even after coming in contact with a complete pure, that is Sri Rama. Answer to the first part, yes, it is very true that Sri Rama is Karuna Kakutsa, full of compassion and abode of compassion. He even showed his compassion to the crow which offended Mother Sita. Compared to this crow, one can say that Ravana was much better because he did not do any physical harm to Mother Sita. Then why didn't Rama show his compassion to Ravana like he did for the crow? First, we must know that compassion doesn't mean that one must encourage and let grow the evil in the world. To protect good people, the Lord must destroy the evils so that the good people can grow. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna showed his compassion to the wrong people. That's when Krishna started speaking in length to Arjuna to make him understand what is good and what is bad, what is dharma and what is adharma, what is real compassion, what is his duty, and lot more in Bhagavad Gita. When we punish someone, we do it out of grudge, a revengeful mood, and that does not do good for either of the party, neither to me nor to that person who get punished. But when the Lord does punish the evil, the Lord also makes sure that they are given a chance to rectify their mistakes and become good. And the Lord does not do out of grudge, or he doesn't take a revenge. For some, advice is good enough to correct them. For some, verbal chastisement needed to correct them. And for some, physical punishment is needed to correct them. The level of correction depends on the person to be corrected. But overall, when the Lord does punish someone, it is ultimately for that person's good and for others as well. In the story of Gajendra, the Lord came down to save the elephant Gajendra. Most of us have heard the story several times. So the Lord killed the crocodile whose name was Hu, and then he pulled Gajendra out and saved him. outwardly it may appear that the Lord saved one and killed the other one. But the truth is that the Lord gave both crocodile and the elephant their respective place to settle. The crocodile, who was suffering in that body due to a curse, and by chopping off the head of the crocodile, the Lord released it from the curse and sent him back to his loka. And in case of the elephant, the Lord released him from this samsara. So, is it better to say the Lord killed the crocodile, or it is better to say that the Lord released the crocodile from its curse? Now let's take another example from Ramayana itself. Vali was killed by an arrow, single arrow, and Sugriva was given the Kishkinda kingdom. Before Vali left his body, Vali himself says that Rama, by you killing me a big house, and by making Sugriva king, you gave him a small house. This comes in Kamba Ramayana. So Vali himself directly confirmed that the Lord did good for both Sugriva and to him. In fact, he says he did better to him than Sugriva. Sugriva is going to enjoy the kingdom for a short period in a small house called Kishkinda kingdom, whereas Vali is sent to a bigger place called Swarga and going to live there for a longer period. When Vali himself says this, till today we are debating, is Rama did right thing by killing Vali or not? Now, considering the words of Vali, is it better to say Rama killed Vali, or is it better to say Rama sent him to a better place? The Lord knows what he does. When he does something, there are multiple reasonings, there are multiple factors that get satisfied. He certainly does things that will benefit all the living entities, and particularly to that living entity who is being punished. In case of Ravana, Rama gives several chances for him to rectify his mistakes. Rama sent Hanuman, then he also sent Angada. In the battlefield, when Ravana lost everything and was stood bare hand, Rama let him go, hoping that he will change. But he didn't. In fact, when Sugriva was sent to bring Vibhishana, who arrived and stood near the seashore to surrender to Lord Rama, Rama called Sugriva and said, just in case, when you go to bring Vibhishana over here, if you see Ravana too over there with change of heart, please bring him over here without any further questions or investigation. I will accept him. But Ravana did not come. Ravana did not surrender. Whereas the crow Kakasura realized its mistake and fell at the feet of Rama. Therefore, Rama accepted the crow. From this we can understand the Lord is ready to show his compassion, but one must be ready to accept Lord's compassion. Ravana was not ready to change. Therefore, the Lord has to take the higher level of correction in case of Ravana. Now let's address the second question, second part of that one question. Why Ravana did not get purified even after meeting or coming in contact with the complete pure, that is Sri Rama? This question is actually supported by the Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad says, Vidyate hridaya krantihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. The same sloka is also there in Srimad Bhagavatam, except a slight change in the last line. Vidyate hridaya krantihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani drishta evatmaneshware. but the meanings are same between the Upanishad and Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that the hard knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The karmas are terminated when one sees the Supreme Lord. The reasons for our suffering is because we identify ourselves with this body, which creates a lot of desires to satisfy this body, and that leads to accumulate more karmas on top of the existing karmas. Therefore, we repeatedly be born in this world, life after life after life, from time immemorial. The only way to stop this repeated birth, to get released from the samsara, is to give up the misgiving that I am this body, give up the wrong idea that I can save myself, having unlimited material desires in our heart. Such knots are pierced. All our misunderstandings are cut into pieces. Our karmas are terminated just by having the darshan of the Lord. Tasmin drishte paravare. That means one becomes pure from all contaminations, free of karmas. If this statement is right, then why did not change happen in Ravana? Why he didn't become a good person after having the darshan of Lord Ramachandra? Krishna appeared in front of Arjuna. Lord Narasimha appeared in front of Prahlada. The same Krishna appeared in front of Duryodhana as well. And the same Narasimha appeared in front of Hiranyakashipu as well. But we don't hear neither Duryodhana nor Hiranyakashipu changed and became good. So one may conclude that either the Upanishad is not right, or the Lord is discriminating between Vibhishana and Ravana, Arjuna and Duryodhana, Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. But that is not true. The Lord is equal to everyone. Now let's understand this with an example. Consider a river bank where there is a continuous flow of water. This water is available for those who wants to drink it. The one who is thirsty can take from the river the running water and quench their thirst. If there is no water in the river bank, one will not be able to quench their thirst. If there is water, but I don't make an attempt to take and drink it, even then I will not be able to quench my thirst. So, the water in the river is available for anyone and everyone, but one have to make an effort to go and take the water and drink it. Lord's compassion and mercy are like this continuous running water, which is available for all of those who want to quench their thirst. And this river of compassion will never dry up, unlike the rivers that we see now. Those who want the mercy of the Lord can fill themselves up as much as they want. For those who doesn't, the water is still available for them to fill whenever they want. Vibhishana, Prahlad, Arjuna, they drank the water of Lord's mercy and compassion. Whereas Ravana, Hiranyakashipu and Duryodhana refused to drink the water. That's all the differences. Like the milk is ready, the mother is ready to give milk to the child. But the child definitely needs to put its mouth to receive the milk from the mother. Likewise, the Lord's compassion and mercy is open to everyone. Those who want to receive it, they will get it and get purified. Those who doesn't will remain as they are, like in the case of Ravana. Therefore Ravana's sins were not removed, even though he saw the Lord face to face. For one to take full advantage of Lord's darshan, as it's stated in that sloka that we just saw, to get completely purified by the darshan of the Lord, there are three things which are important. Number one must know that they are sinful. They are not free of sins. They have anadi kala karmas. That's number one. Number two, one must have a strong desire to get rid of their sins, to terminate their karmas. Number three, one must be fully aware that by taking the darshan of the Lord, by coming in contact with the Lord, one will be totally free of all sins. All their unwanted doubts will get cleared. The attachments will go away and one will have no more confusions. When a person has these three understanding, when they take darshan of the Lord, their sins will be removed and they will become a good person. In other hand, if one doesn't have this jnana, this knowledge, then even if the Lord stands face to face, they continue to remain as they are. The same Lord Rama seen by Vibhishana, and he got benefited, whereas Ravana did not. The same Krishna was seen by Arjuna, and he got benefited, whereas Duryodhana did not. The same Lord Narasimha was seen by Prahlad, and he got benefited, whereas Hiranyakashipu did not. Say there's a Ramayana lecture is going on, and hundreds of people are sitting to hear Ramayana. It's the same speaker at the same time, but the fruit of hearing Ramayana is totally depends on the intent of the individual hearer. The result is not going to be same across all 100 members who are hearing Ramayana. It depends on their intention, what they want out of hearing Ramayana. Some may want wealth, some may want children, some may want their enemies to be destroyed, some may want the family to be reunited, some may want bhakti, some may want to surrender. Though the speakers speaks to everyone, but the end result, the fruit of hearing that varies according to the individual intention, desires. Likewise, the Lord is also same. He is equal to everyone, but it depends how we take it within us, and that is what going to be the end result. If one sees the Lord as friend, he becomes friend. If one sees him as a lover, he becomes lover. If we see him like a child, he becomes a child. If someone sees him as an enemy, he becomes enemy for that person. The Lord reciprocates according to the individuals. People go to Ganges, do Ganga Snan to remove their sins. But there are hundreds and thousands of fishes that live in Ganges. Does that mean their karmas will also be terminated because they live there? They don't just visit like us, they live in Ganga. The answer is no, because they lack the knowledge of those 3 points that we discussed. Even for human, for them to remove their sins by taking Ganga Snan, they should be fully aware that they have sins. That's number 1. Number 2, if I bathe in Ganges, the water that washed the lotus feet of Trivikrama that water is Sri Pada Tirtham. Therefore, my sins will be destroyed. If we have this understanding, then yes, our sins will be removed. Just by going to Ganga without this knowledge is going to be of no use. Applying the same principle, the fishes that live in Ganga do not understand that it is Sri Pada Tirtham of Lord Trivikrama. They don't have the knowledge that they have karmas. They don't have a desire to remove their karmas. Therefore, that will not be applicable for those living entities in Ganga. Ravana did not accept that he is sinful. He did not accept Rama as Supreme Lord who can destroy his sins, whereas Vibhishana accepted that he was sinful and he desired to get rid of his sins, and he was fully aware that by taking darshan of Lord Rama, his sins, his karmas will be terminated. One may have this question in mind as we discuss this, that it could be because of Ravana's previous karma vasanas that he is behaving like this. It is because of Vibhishana's previous karma vasana he was able to accept Lord Rama. Therefore, Ravana was helpless in a situation. Well, we have already addressed this question in one of the previous recording under the title, Are the characters of a person defined by karma? Kindly refer to that audio. To conclude, what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshtino priyaha. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. We can understand that is absolutely true from what we learned today. Thank you. Hare Krishna.